I'm FlorenceBallardA3060 and you're into something good. Time for another review. Let's go. In today's review, we are reviewing and demonstrating this. This is a Beldray 2-in-1 cordless 360 steam iron in a beautiful special edition rose gold colour. I've had this packaged for quite some time, though it is still on the market. I brought this in, I think it was about January or so, January, February. I've meant to do a review on it. It was originally going to be reviewed on my Ultima Reviews channel, but seeing as I got this, I'm finally going to be unboxing it and seeing what it's all about. I actually didn't even realise it was a rose gold iron as I literally pulled it out of storage the other day. So this is the box. I have a little 360 at the box. So, you're looking at the front here. Has all the information. It's a 2,600 watt power or 2.6 kilowatts. It has a 300 milliliter water tank. It's got an anti-calcium system, specifically good for those in hard water areas. Me, of course, in London. And it has 140 grams per minute of a steam iron shot. It also features the 360 from this comes from the fact for those who have these, I call them docking irons, which you have a charger for them. So, such as the other model that is on sale, the Phoenix Gold Cordless Free Flight, which I did do a review of on my Ultima Reviews channel. You have a charging plate. This is a cordless one where you take the iron off. On that one, you can only have it in a fixed position. This one can charge and swivel all the way around at the same time. It's quite good for ensuring it doesn't get knocked off the iron board. But you can also use it as a corded iron, leaving that attached onto it. My preference really, but I do like cordless ones. On this side, you've just got some information. I'll bring it up a bit closer. If we look there. So it tells you here, 360-degree convenient charging base with LED lights. For all you LED lovers. Has a water spray and self-clean function, which is now something they all have. Have a 1.9 metre power cord, so 2 metres. This iron might not be so good at social distancing then. On this side, on the back, we have some more features. It tells you it's quick and convenient. It has a ceramic sole plate, which is pretty good. They're pretty good ceramic sole plate. Water spray function, easy grip handle, so it's easy to hold, and the rest of the information on the steam. And here's another shot of it undocked. Our powerful, efficient and versatile steam iron. And I've got to say, Beldray are actually quite a good brand. You'll find them at most homeware stores such as Robert Dias, Dunelm Mill, The Range, B&M Bargains. In fact, for those who are aware that I have a sofa bed, my mattress for it is actually a Beldray mattress. It's a memory foam topper with an antibacterial function on it. So they are quite good. They also do a range of vacuum cleaners, mops, steam mops, irons, as you can see here, and they do other types of homeware products too that are non-electrical. So what we're going to do, we're going to unbox this little iron and see what it's all about and what we get in the box. And I hope this helps you if you have one. I apologise if the lighting's a bit too bright, I'll just dim that down a bit. LED one. So this is what we get. So you can see I've still got the security seal on it, so I'll just take that off. You can skip this if you like, if you don't want to see me unboxing. For those who like the whole unboxing surprise, you're doing this with me because I too don't know what this looks like out of its box. Okay, very thin box. Congratulations on your purchase. The Beldray brand stands for reliability, trust and consumer loyalty. A fantastic range of products, includes everything that you need to keep your home clean and tidy. Now I must state, this does have a 3-year guarantee on it. How this works, it's 1 year usually with the consumer shop that you brought it with, and the extra 2 years you need to register online with your product model number and code with the manufacturer. In this case, it'd be Beldray. Providing, of course, you keep the receipt. I haven't got the receipt for this, I don't think, but not that I'd ever really need to bring it back. Oh no, I do have the receipt. What I'm on about. Like a little sandcastle. Right. And here we go. Looks like the 125 coming out, isn't it? Or the Eurostar. That's what we get in there. Oh. So, another one of a measuring jug to add to my ever-growing collection of these that I've got from all my irons. So I'll put the box to the side for the minute. Your all-important instruction booklet. It's also made in the UK as well. Just lay that to the side. And here's the actual iron itself. It's the first time I've actually ever seen this in person because they'd never had this one on display. So, beautiful rose gold colour. That's one of my favourite colours, rose gold. So here's your ceramic sole plate. That's not a burn mark, that is just their own design. Just ceramic coating there. If your model is BEL0987RG. At least we know what the model number is now. Not too sure. Date code is 191,000. So I think 19 means 2019. 1000 probably could be just the production line number with it. So if you have, let's set up closer. I'll bring the light on the iron a bit. We can actually see the features a little bit better. So here is your water spout that you open sideways. Ooh. I've just realised this design is very much like Philips irons. I've just realised that actually, because they have a clear, they normally have a clear one, water cap, and it always flips out sideways. So you pour your water in there, 300 millilitres, close that up, nice tight seal. There's your water jet, and then you have your steam control here. Again, this is very much like Philips what they do, because you have your steam off, and then you can push it to max. You got two, so you got medium and then max steam. But if you push it this way, it's got like a little section it will move to. It doesn't stay there for your self-clean. So rather than have the self-clean button here or under like a trigger, you just simply flick that. Very much like, yeah, like it is based on a Philips design really, I think. Unless it's a generic design they all use. You have your water spray, push that down. It probably might be a bit tough at first because it's new, and your steam. And then of course your thermostat. All the way up to max for cotton and linen, all the way down for synthetic. In fact, is that the first time I've actually ever seen it say synthetics on an iron? I don't actually remember recording that. That's your heating light here, which will come on. Presumably that's going to be orange, I'm guessing. Now, of course, that's like standard iron. Here is the part that makes this iron what it is. Your swivel base. As you can see, it rotates 360 degrees. You have a lock here, so you flick that, and you can then take your iron off. So you can use your iron as a cordless one, or you can keep it attached and continue using it like that. But your iron will always sit like that when it is charging or heating up. So what we'll do, we've had a little run through this. It's optional if you'd like to look at the instruction manual, but we don't need to read through it on here because this video is going to show you how to use it. But we'll get through that. However, these will be available online if you do so wish to read these, but if you buy this brand new, it will always come with the iron. It's just for those who buy this second hand. But there are stores that are still selling this, possibly for a much lower price than what it was when I first got it. One thing to state, I never actually say how much I buy it for and where from, because
it's not, how can I say it? I prefer not to be singling out my preference of retailer where I buy it from. Because I'm not promoting the retailer, I'm promoting the brand or the product. So let's say I brought this from Wilco, or I brought it from The Range or B&M Bargains. I'm not promoting B&M's price for it, but however, I will just give you all the prices of where you can buy it from and how much it is. That's for everyone's personal preference. Some people might want to pay a higher price because they prefer it from B&M Bargains, while others who shop at Robert Dias might prefer their price for it. So that's just why I never really say. And also why, if you did watch my Ultimate Reviews channel, before I used to give that product a rating out of 10, but it's not really about me rating what they are out of 10, it's just me basically reviewing you my personal preference and experience to show how good it is, and point out any bad points I have, but it's not to say, well, it's good out of 10, because I might just want to choose it out of 10 because I like the design of it. There's always one thing that a consumer will prefer over a product than someone else will. And that's not what really a fair rating is. The ratings really come from the reviews it gets online, but not from the reviews that we'll get on the YouTube channel. So, if in case you're wondering why I don't do that, that's for you guys to decide if you think it's actually what it is out of 10. It's not, that's what I say. Anyway, let's crack on. We'll pull out the ironing board and we'll get using it. Alright, so I've got my water, I've got the iron here, and I'm about to plug it in. Just going to let anyone know, so this is your plug, you will get those little plastic covers off it. I use an extension lead and I use a surge guard one, surge protection. I highly recommend if you are using an extension lead for your iron, because I know you can't always plug it into a wall, it's not always a reach. I would advise you to use the surge protection for a high power product. It's got a braided insulated cord, so I'm going to plug that in. You'll see the base light light up. Lights up blue, very nice cool blue, just like the Phoenix Gold does actually. There's no heat because I haven't set the thermostat. Set it to whatever is your desired temperature. This is a cotton shirt, so I am going to be setting it to maximum temperature. I don't know if you can see, the heating light has come on. So that will stay in there. And I believe this will flash. I'll switch the light off actually. You'll see it a bit better. Oh, we can do it like that. I'm going to pour my water into this. And I'm going to actually flick on my LED lamp. So the clicks you hear, nothing wrong about that. It is simply just the iron heating. Okay, so I'm going to pour my water in. You will get a bit of smoke off it at first, so what they recommend you do is iron a damp cloth with no water in it, just to get rid of the factory residue. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you as well. So we've just got let me just pick out a damp towel that I can iron. So I will admit I did actually forget about this. It's been so on. So just get that. I'll pour a tiny bit of water on there. So just like that. Probably a bit like that. It shouldn't do anything. So I'm using it as a corded iron at the moment. Just doing that just to get rid of all the residue from the factory. That way it won't snag on your clothes. There's nothing worse than an iron doing that. Make sure you go around the whole sole plate, letting it heat up. So if you smell a very new plasticky smell, like an oily smell from it, it's just the coating on it. It happens when they're new. Clicked, would come back onto heat. I can smell it. It's a slight bit smoky in here, but that's that. And that should be that. If you see any more smoke coming off it, then you know it needs to be done again. If not, then it's fine. And that's that sorted. Throw in my dirty laundry. And some old towel. You will still smell it for a while. Now I'm going to pour the water in. Pop open the top. It comes sideways. You will need to tilt the iron forward. And what I like with this jug, it has a very pointy end to it. So I know all that water will go in there. Pour it in quite slow, not too quick, because you might get air in there. Although, as I said, it is a 300ml tank. I'm only using about 150ml because I don't need to use any more. Now,
I normally would do a demonstration on all types of fabric, but because this is not an optimal temp iron, where it does have a suitable temperature for each fabric, we are going to be just using it on cotton. If I was using an optimal temp, I would do it on all of them. So, go ahead with this. Very smooth glide, a lot smoother now that we have cleaned off all the residue. I'm using this as corded iron at the moment, and then we will show you how it works cordlessly. Don't know about you, I always find ironing quite relaxing, to be honest. So I'll test the steam function on this. So here's the steam. Might need a few pushes. That's quite powerful, actually. Again, I can still smell the residue coming off it. That's fine, it's just the inside of it heating up. Wow. It said, does it do vertical steam? Wow. That's actually really powerful. So you could also use that for steaming dresses as well. Now, my ironing board that I have doesn't have a suitable place for it to sit at the end, therefore it just sits on the ironing board. Be careful not to shunt the ironing board or knock it, because it can cause this to tip over. That's now heating. Just to knock close of the steam, and I'm going to show you the water jet function. So for steam, I'm going to press the button here at the top, the shower symbol, and you'll see the water come out of here. I'll take a few pushes. I hope you can see that. That's if you have really stubborn creases, you iron over it, and it will just wet iron it basically. If you have something that's just come out of the wash and you know it hasn't been dried, it's been a line dry, it's just best to use something for that to get out the stubborn creases. Just on a quick side note, you will notice there is a cutout here at the side for the cable to go through. Please make sure every time you put the iron back on the board it is in that. If it's not, otherwise your iron will be very unstable. That's why they put that there. I'm now going to show the iron being used as a cordless iron. So it's charging on the base. This does not blink and flash to let you know when it's stopped, just the heating light here goes out. It's not needing to be heated anymore. I'm going to put the constant steam on too. And I'm going to undock by flicking the lever. And I can now use that. So that's now if you just don't want the cable in your way. You can hear the iron hissing, letting all this constant steam out. And that's it. Bearing in mind the steam won't last as long when it is cordless, because it's only relying off its internal stored heat. But it's much more convenient. You can go all types of ways, so you do all that, whatever crazy ironing you want to do. But it's a lot easier without that cord getting wrapped around you. So it's good if your cable isn't long enough to lay iron to go all this way, you can charge it in, take it off. And I put it back on there and I'll lock it again. Don't worry about it steaming, it's just discharging steam. You will see water drip off it at times. That's just as it heats up again. Sometimes what I do is I shut the steam off while it heats up again, so it doesn't do that. I'm also going to demonstrate the self-clean function to you as well, so we'll see how we do that. So to demonstrate the self-clean function, you need to take it over to a bathroom sink or a container. We're going to take it to my bathroom. What you're going to do first is you let the iron heat up and you're going to disconnect it from the power and then take it to a suitable drainage source. Just like so. So it's on heat, undock, ready to take it. In my bathroom now. What you're going to do is disconnect from the power. You can turn the thermostat down if you like. You're going to flick the lever over to self-clean and then hold it down. And what the iron does, it basically just uses all the steam to let all the water out. This flushes out line scale. Be prepared, there will be a lot of heat and steam. It just basically empties itself of water and steam. This is what the also anti-calcium function is as well. As I said from the previous detergent review, I live in a very hard water area, so it wouldn't be long before this iron would get caked in limescale and other bits of calcium. That's why I'll also be using Kilrock descaler for it. And if you want to tip out any remaining water, if you're not someone who keeps water in the iron, tip that up and then just tilt it out. Be aware the water coming out may be hot. Not all irons do get hot with their water, but I have had a few incidents in the past. You can use the steam button and the water spray just to drain any last bit of water. Your iron is now ready for storage. And that's the demonstration complete. So we're just leaving the iron to cool. If you do store your iron in the cupboard, I do recommend you leave it to cool for at least 45 minutes. Ceramic sole plate irons tend to lose their full heat after about 45 minutes to an hour, whereas a stainless steel one will hold up to about an hour or two after use. You might want to let it be stone cold before it gets stored. You can keep it on the base, you can tip it down. Always recommend you store your iron like this. Just make sure it is locked on the base. And if it's hot, keep away from children. So, let's talk about the pros and cons of this, and then I will tell you where you can buy this iron for and for what price. Pros. Beautiful design, black rose gold. I mean, rose gold is now becoming very popular. My first experience with the rose gold product was my iPhone SE, and we've gone for clocks, and I've gone for an appliance with it. The cord is a decent length, very strong as well. The aesthetics of the iron, it is indeed very easy to hold, easy controls, basic to use. Even without the instruction manual, it would be very easy to use this iron. It has got a very smooth gliding sole plate, being ceramic. I actually found it didn't cause so much of a splatter. There's some irons I get when they heat up, they splatter out a lot of water. The steam on this is very powerful. I took out the creases of my shirt, which have been hung in a wardrobe for about the past month. I do like this idea. I've not really had many cordless irons, but this is my second one I've had, and I've got to say I'm impressed by this. It makes it a lot easier. Swivel. It makes everything a lot more easier, which is good. Decent power to it, 2,600 watt. I mean, it's not the most powerful, but it's very powerful in terms of an iron, considering there are some irons that will only do 2.2 kilowatts or 2.4. This is a 2.6. I say it's very stylish, modern aesthetics. Very similar design to a Philips is what I say. It is, if I compared one of their Azure models, you'd see that it literally is the same kind of design. That's why I'm very familiar with this iron. And I would say it just genuinely feels safe for most cordless irons. Cons, I'd probably say the steam could be slightly more powerful, and again, the flaw with a lot of cordless irons, once you take them off the dock, they tend to lose their power and heat very quickly. Although this one did actually retain it for longer than when I tested the JML Phoenix Gold one. So in a comparison to that, it was actually much better holding the heat. I just say mainly, I mean, it's probably just my ironing board. Again, this can be a bit wobbly, but then my ironing board is quite old. I do need to replace it at some point. Apart from that, I can't think. Maybe, I don't know if the cord would maybe need to be a bit longer. If you're plugging it into a wall, I use an extension lead, so that's what already makes it long enough. Then again, how high do you need your ironing board really? But then that's what the thing is, if the cord is too short, you will then use it as a cordless iron. Now, we'll talk about where you can buy this iron from and where from. Beldray are quite common, but they are not as common as some of the other brands. Not as popular. They're limited to certain stores. You can buy it from Robert Dias, the homeware store. Selling it for $24.99, and it was $34.99. It's currently on an offer. That could be their online price. In store, it could be different. Most places you'll find in retail, the online price is different from the in-store. However, Robert Dias are currently doing 50% off, well, £50 off £50 delivery. It's £50, sorry, and you get free delivery with it. Christmas, there are some vouchers that can be found in other retailer magazines as well. Compare for stores, this is basically compare 4 stores against Robert Dias. You can do Groupon UK, where they're online. They are selling it for $29.39. This is for people who don't mind shopping online. If you're like me that prefers going in store to buy things, you can find this at Robert Dias, and I have seen this at The Range. Had it. It's a fairly new
item, so it's not going to be out of stock yet. Normally with irons, they do keep them running for a good few years. Wilko do not stock this though. I have not seen this in a Wilko store yet, though I do see other Beldray products. They do a blue version from Kettle and Toaster Man online. eBay, now if you're on eBay that's fine, but just be aware you must be careful if you're buying it second hand. If it is a store selling it through eBay, that's fine. But if you're buying it on eBay, just be careful because people do tend to sell these for higher price than what they actually are worth. I've just spotted one for £40 and I know that this is never retailed at that price. But otherwise, I will link you to where you can buy it from in the description, and I'll possibly link you to Beldray's website so you can check all their other products out. I hope this has helped you, and I look forward to seeing you in another review. Just be aware, at the moment, hardware and appliance stores are staying open. Some places such as Curry's, or there are other places that might only be doing click and collect, so please check with the retailer of your choice before you make your journey to the store. Hopefully they won't close and you will be able to purchase this iron. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope this has helped. I'll see you in the next review. Don't forget to stay safe and keep it supreme and go with the flow.